that's that. As you guys can see in the title today, we have a bit of an issue with the Evo 10. See, a transmission's already pulled out behind us over here. We finally ran into an issue with the stock clutch with 600 wheel horsepower, over 5 or 6 tunes, and we've been driving on the same clutch for 4 years. This is the stock original clutch, putting down this type of power. We do daily drive the car and drive it on the highway a lot, so I think that's a big portion of why this thing has lasted so long, but nonetheless has been beating the crap out of, and it is lasting this long. So 63,000 miles. I was driving it really hard the other night, and I nailed 5th gear, instantly had an issue. I was able to get the car home. I'll show you in a second what happened, but basically, after 63,000 miles, it is not the disc that is slipping for us, but instead, we're going to be upgrading to the monologue collar because this little retaining ring pin thing, this little retaining ring for the pressure plate finally came off into 2 pieces. Everyone upgrades these to the monologue collars because they're a 2-piece one, and whenever you shift too hard, basically, if you can see, this actually got bent a tiny little bit, if that had focused for you. This bent a little bit straight up, and when it bent, when I hit the gear really hard, it popped off.
It's popping, man. Oh! Shit.
And when it pops off, which I'll show you in a second here, basically it's putting another 1/2 inch of engagement there, and your clutch won't be, doesn't have enough power to pull the pressure plate off of the disc, so you can't get it in and out of the gears. So basically, we're going to be upgrading this with a monologue collar. Do stay tuned because the next video is going to be me installing the clutch with all the upgrades, new throwout bearing, the whole deal, and putting everything to torque spec. So stay tuned for that, but today I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull the 63,000 mile clutch out of the Evo. We're going to put them side by side with another clutch that I have going on, and we can see what kind of wear has been put on this clutch with that many miles. But jumping right down over to here, as you can see here, just to show you, we do have the stock clutch still in here, so I'm going to go ahead and take this thing down, and then we'll go ahead and talk about exactly what happened. Alright, so while we have both of the pressure plates out, just to kind of elaborate on exactly what happened, as you can see, this is a stock brand new one, and it has these little springs under here to keep this, because this thing goes up and down like this as you're pulling out the throwout bearing, but it has about that much play. As you can see, I can barely even get my finger under there, and that ring is on the back side right there, held within its spots. So if you shift it super, super hard like I did, and it bends the ring, which it did, it bent the ring and popped it out, well then this then this retaining piece pops up because it's not being held down at all anymore from the other side. So when that happens, which is a horrible design, and that's why you do the monologue upgraded collar, this thing pushes up, and then when you push down your clutch, you have so much extra play. I mean, look, I can get my entire finger in there. So if you could consider that that fork does not move with the throwout bearing that much extra play throws it off completely, and you'll only get that tiny bit of engagement on the very, very bottom, which is a huge issue. You can't even drive the car like that. All right, guys, and there it is. As you can see, Mitsubishi stamped Exedi stock original clutch here. Still actually has some grab, but we had the little collar pop off into 2 pieces, so we'll be upgrading that. But this is it, man. So it actually still had some grab on there, as well as the stock pressure plate was decent, and the flywheel. So I'll be taking the flywheel off next and bringing that up to our local place, Tampa Clutch out here, and seeing if this is within tolerance to resurface it instead of buying a new one. But I also have a brand new stock original clutch and pressure plate here. This is stock Exedi one. You might wonder why I'm putting this back in, and it's because we'll be going big power with this car very soon, which I'll be having to put a triple disc Exedi in. So for the meantime, I picked this up like 2 years ago, this stock clutch, just in case it went out. I think I was at like 30,000 miles, and one of my local buddies was selling this, so I picked it up dirt cheap. So for today, I'm just gonna pop this in, even if it's 6 months, and that way I can still continue to drive the car, and I'm not wasting down a triple disc before we sleeve the motor and go high boost. Alright guys, so on top of the clutch getting installed in the next video with everything going down to torque spec, doing the monologue collar, doing a new throwout bearing in the actual transmission, and replacing everything and showing you how to do that, We're also going to be jumping in and showing you how to properly fiberglass wrap your turbo manifolds, downpipes, all that good stuff. And then the video beyond that, we'll be actually installing the Odyssey Fab Twin Scroll Sidewinder kit back onto the Evo 10. I wanted to make a tutorial video though to show you exactly how the wastegates are set up, how everything connects, and that way there's no confusion about it. And or if you decided you maybe wanted a kit like this, might give you the confidence to go ahead and kick it in gear and do this instead of the standard kits. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys did enjoy this update video today. Again, stay tuned for those future videos that are going to happen. If you enjoyed this video today, please hit a like, subscribe for the next stuff coming up, and we'll see you in the next one.